This is my first ever speedrun that I am going to do. I did try to attempt to get some splits happening before, but that didn't work out. So we have some, but not all of them. Major spoilers ahead as well, if you haven't played this game. There's a lot of characters that I use that you can only get by doing certain routes. And hopefully I can get a good time. Hi, Zoroxia. Ready for cheese? Yeah, I've figured out a couple things to cheese, so hopefully I'll be able to pull them off. So the timer starts when you select the difficulty on New Game Plus. So, because it is a speed run, we're gonna go very easy. And we made you do the drinky thing. Well, hope you're having fun. So I'll try to explain what I'm doing as I go through it as well. And parts of the story, if I can. So I guess let's get started. There is a lot of cutscenes in this game, which when you're playing casually is really good if you enjoy that kind of thing. When this game came out, I did no life it and unlocked all of the endings in the first week. So speedrunning this game is kind of like another excuse to play it, because I love it, and yeah. Basic history of this game is that there are 3 main cities. So where we are now is in the so the continent is Norzelia, and we're in the Warfort domain of Glenbrook, which is one of the main cities. Forgive your clicky keyboard, that's okay, you're forgiven. And then the other parties involved is Esfrost, which is in the north, they control iron. And then there's Hyzant in the east, and they control salt. So both things pretty important. Salt for like living, preserving food, taste, and iron for basic warfare. Here at the start, so you control Serenoa throughout the whole story. He's a forced... he's pretty much in your party because he's the main character, and he is the son of Lord Wolfort. Here we were going to the port to meet our new bride-to-be. Her name is Frederica, and we are fighting some brigands because they thought, I guess, that we would be easy prey, and I think that's basically it for this part. You can unlock Trish and Travis, so the 2 red-haired people here, as characters. In this current save, I do not have them. But in my other save, I do have them. So we don't really need Gila a whole of a lot. Gila's the healer. You'll also notice that Frederica is the only one here with red hair. And that's because she's a Roselle. That's her race, and they have pink hair. So majority of the Roselle are actually working in the source in Hyzant, just because they believe that the Roselle sinned, and they need to work off their sins by gathering salt for all of Norzelia. But Frederica, she was born from a Roselle who escaped the source to the Duke of Gustadolf. No, Gustadolf's dad, because they're brother and sister. So, yeah. So the reason why we're getting married to Frederica is basically well, it is an arranged marriage because, you know, royalty. But yeah, it makes sense because she's from the Ace Frost and it'll, you know, help with relations. So we just need to get through this first battle and then we can continue skipping cutscenes. A bit of trivia, kind of. This first battle is one of the hardest battles on New Game. Because Roland here is very squishy. Dies pretty quickly on hard. And there's not much you can really do about it unless you use, like, your powers, which is what I was doing this then, so they're called Quietus. We don't really need Roland to stay alive, but it would be great if he did. Just because it's an extra thing, DPS. Don't think he will be able to live, nah. Can I reach? I cannot. But yeah, part of the reason why I love this game so much is that it is a tactics game. And the story is really good. There's a lot of choices you need to make, which affects the story. There's a lot of political discourse in it, which is, when I was first playing through blindly, really hurt my heart. Like, I was struggling with some of the decisions with how difficult they were. We don't really need... We can get Frederica to go now, though. Luck? Do you mean, like, anything that's, like, RNG based? Luck based stuff. Yes, there was a part, so in my earlier test run, there was a part where I was trying to cheese a particular map, which didn't work out for me. So that's chapter 13. But otherwise, I don't think there's a hell of a lot that is based on luck. Like, it's a pretty easy, straight run, I guess, other than the one strat that I tried to do. I think in terms of, like, trying to improve time, it would be menuing, like choosing characters who fight on the maps. Yeah, because I think that would probably take up the most time, is just hesitating on choosing particular characters. Did I forget to... No, I'm just... What am I doing? That's the skippable one. Yeah, there's not a lot of RNG based stuff in this. The good thing about this game is that it does autosave at certain points, but that's also a bad thing because it also slows down loads. The quick save doesn't necessarily save you if you mess up in a battle though, because well, there is a quick save before you load into a map. That quick save overwrites itself when you go into battle, and if you fuck up real bad in a battle, you can only reload that quick save to, I think, the prior unit's turn. So, story-wise, we've introduced Frederica and Gila to everyone at the domain, and there is a tourney being held in the Crown City, which we're about to head to. We are hosting Dragon, which is Frederica's cousin, actually. And the reason for the tourney is that there is a joint venture between all 3 city-states called the Grand Norzelian Mines, so everyone's contributing to that. And because everyone's celebrating the 3, big powers coming together and helping, so there's a big tourney being held. Can't take out our memory cards these days? Yeah, no you can't. I think that's basically what's happening in the story at this point, so it's all still very light-hearted. Nothing too serious just yet, but it does ramp up for sure. I think the reason I lost time in that first fight was that Roland didn't die the first time I tried to do it. So I guess that's also a bit of the RNG that is involved with it. So here we see King Regner. He's introducing everyone. We get to see all the major players here. So there's people from Esfrost, people from Hyzant, and all other people from the other domain as well. So House Telior and House Forks. A lot of these characters also have portraits, which unfortunately you won't see, but the art's really nice in them. Robot Boy, Best Boy, yeah, I love Decimal. He is so good. You do utilize Decimal in a couple of the fights because he is just too good. He has really great range, so in any small arenas like this, he really excels. So, unfortunately, we can't get rid of Roland, but what we will do is utilize a lot of heavy hitters, and hopefully that should be enough. Sir Gengar, hello, thank you for the follow. So this first fight in the tourney, we got lotted with Hyzant. So we're fighting Saucely and Exarm. And the other fight is, I believe, Esfrost and Glenbrook. And then we end up fighting whoever's next, but that's the cutscene fight. So we lose. No chance in winning it, unfortunately. This game does utilize a bunch of stuff like, yeah, counterattacks. Positioning is also important, as with most tactics games. So like, yeah, hitting someone from behind is gonna hit harder than hitting them from like the front. And yeah, there's just certain characters that are better for doing certain things as well. Avlora, you cannot move far enough. There we go. God damn it. That's fine. Didn't want that to hit anyway. That's just one. Okay. Anna is such a great character. She can act twice, and she's great for flanking. Nice, she got a crit. Yes, these next few cutscenes are basically, yay, we won, let's see the fight against Glenbrook and Aspharos, and then Glenbrook wins, but yeah. After this, we get the choice of going to Hyzant or Aspharos, so we're basically just visiting the place just to see what's happening with those two places. And we actually want to head to Hyzant. So the reason why we head to Hyzant is that the battle there is defeat the boss, not defeat all enemies, which is faster, and there's also a way to cheese it. Liberty, morality, interesting stats. Do they guide the story? Yes. So there's liberty, morality, and utility, which are Serenol's convictions. So they affect how you recruit certain characters, and how you can convince certain characters to persuade them to do certain things. So you'll see these scales that are coming up. In your first playthrough, you actually don't know what your convictions are. So when you're trying to convince someone, if your convictions are low in a certain area, you won't be able to convince them to do what you want to do. Because this is New Game Plus, you can see all your convictions as they turn up. In New Game, they are blank, as in it'll just say Serenova's convictions have strengthened. So you can actually see, you know, how they're being increased by. So you can kind of farm a conviction if you particularly want to, if you want to raise it a bit higher. So because my convictions are so high, it's really easy to convince people to do a particular vote. Yeah. At this point, because my convictions are so high, it's just a little thing that pops up. So yeah, when things turn up and it says a particular conviction is on there, in New Game they're blanked out. So here there's another option to come up, which we don't care what it is, what the answer is, but in a blind playthrough you don't know what option is what. You can go with what you think sounds right, you can go with what you think, with I guess the opposite of what you think. You can play how you like. A gold? Nice. So yeah, here we get a look-see into Hyzant, so the Ministry of Medicine, how they do things, and the city layout a bit. The thing with explorations as well is that once you've unlocked something or found something, like you found notes or information, it carries over in your Game Plus, so it's a lot easier to also get to unlock certain dialogue options as well. Some options are locked in New Game if you haven't got that information from from collecting it previously or talking to everyone. Yeah, but in New Game you can just have all the dialogue options pretty much unlocked. So this is where the start of the cheese begins, at least in this map. There's not a lot where you can cheese, but in this one you can. No, we don't want Gila, we want Anna. And I think we want Quahog. We might... Actually, I don't think we need Quahog at all. So we're having 2 people. Now, the reason why you want Anna is because she can act twice. And she also moves really quickly. Like I said, this battle is defeat 1 dude. So, what you want to do is Light Wave, which is a Quietus, all the way over here. Now, I think, even with her ability, it's not enough to take him down. So, we're going to give her some extra TP, go behind him, get a backstab, his defense is lowered, and that's the battle done. That's it. Yeah. Anytime there's a singular defeat 1 boss, it's so easy to finish it up, because Anna can take them down in 2 hits, basically. They do get a lot of HP, I think in later chapters, so you can't just use that to do it. Well, you can't use that technique to do it again, but it works on that map. In a normal playthrough, yeah, you recruit Corentin. He basically just wants to escape Hyzant to do research, in quotation marks. And he uses studying with the Wall Forts as an excuse to get out, which he does get the blessing of the goddess to do so, but, you know. They're not as great as they seem. They tout being, like, super religious and everyone's happy and stuff like that, but it's not really the case, especially when they're using the Roselle as slave labor. So here we get our first look into the Grand Norzelian mines. What's basically happening is Roland is having a chat with his dad and his brother, and his dad's like, well, you're not doing anything useful here. Just, you know, go over to the mines and see how they're doing. And with Cyrano and Frederica, we're doing wedding preparations. So we're heading to the Rosellan village. So these Roselle had escaped the source in Hyzant. And Lord Wolfort gave them sanctuary here in the Wolfort domain. So we're asking the Roselle in this village to make Frederica a wedding dress. I didn't really explain it, but yeah, the window that I open up to do like additional powers, like to move Anna across the map like that, is called Quietus. So you only start with, I think, 2 in New Game, but I've unlocked all 5. And I've unlocked all the powers as well that you get with it. So there's a bunch of stuff you can do. Like you can restore people's health, you can give them extra TP, you can move them across the map, you can give everyone like extra move, you can also resurrect someone if someone's died. And they all cost different amounts of Quietus points, and you can only use them once per map. yeah, if there's any cutscene where you are required to make a choice, or something important is given, so the important thing given there was a book that Dragon gave us, you cannot skip it. But everything else you can skip. So here we are fighting Aefrost. So even the dragons from Aesfrost, we've been ambushed. So there's a plot going on. Can I skip this? Yes, I can skip this. Yeah, there's a plot going on. So Dragon discovered something amazing in these mines. And he sent a bird out to Aesfrost to say, you know, make me prime minister or else I'm gonna tell everyone about these mines. And hold on, let me just select everyone and then I'll continue talking. Who else do I need? Okay, alright. You don't have to deploy all 9 units. I don't know if it's... because this is a just, you know, get rid of all the enemy units. I think it's just better that you have more units to use. You know, it's just an extra DPS that you can throw out. Yeah, so anytime where it's, you know, defeat the boss, I will probably deploy less units. But when it's, defeat everyone, it's better just to have extra dudes around. Ah, why did that miss? That's fine. So here we are rescuing Dragon. He has been ambushed by the Aesfrosti army. No one can... So if Dragon dies in this map, then you lose, but because we're on, yeah, very easy, he shouldn't die at all. There we go. We don't really want to pick up those loot bags. We don't really need it for one, and it just adds to the end screen as well, so unnecessary. I always hate attacking from the front. Where can Milo go?
私の番ですね。
So Corrington is great because his massive attack does a huge AoE and you don't need to charge it. Whereas Frederica's, her attack needs to charge for one whole turn, which is frustrating. Because then you have to use like Benedict's ability for her to act now, or you have to use Medina's fast action, or you have to... What else would you... Oh, you'd have to use the quietest point to use in tandem. Yeah. Massive damage. Julio is pretty much useless at this point now. Yeah, so Corrington and Frederica's biggest ability has the biggest AoE. But Corrington's is better, in my opinion, because you don't need to charge it. Frederica does more damage, but you have to charge it, which is annoying. Cuban rum. It's hard to rinse the taste out. Sounds like a you problem, Xoroxia. Have you tried drinking more rum to wash it out with? I don't know. Thanks for the tip. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I don't drink, so I have no advice to give you. So what chapter are we at? Right, okay. So, now that we found out that Esfrost has betrayed us, we're heading back to the Crown City to see what's happening. Shader's not... Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. So this is another map that you can cheese a little bit. So... what we're trying to do is infiltrate the castle. And the secret tunnels that Roland knows about. So Roland is... you have to deploy him. And what you basically have to do is get him to the finish line. It doesn't matter if there are enemies in that finish line. You just need to get him there. So I think I used Benedict, but we do need to adjust him a little bit with a Vanguard Scarf. Yep, perfect. Don't need to drink. You're filthy minded enough without it. Alright, so you can see that there's barricades up in this map, and we need to get through. So what we want to do is we want to give Roland 2 turns, so use that with Benedict. Oh, that's Cyranoa, what am I doing? Yep. So he's going to move twice, but I think we want to stop him here. Reinforcements are gonna come up. Normally you would, I guess, try to clear as many reinforcements as possible, just because they're gonna get in your way, but yeah. Like I said, we don't want to do that. We just want to get Roland to the finish line as fast as possible. So Quahog here has time abilities, and he can move units around a little bit, which is what I just did. I guess you can kind of guess what's coming up next, because we want to use a quietus point in a second to move him. So we're going to use Light Wave to move him up here. And then we also want to use another one, so we want to use in tandem so that he moves next. And then everyone else can just stop what they're doing. Alright, so we want to rush and finish our turn here. And we're done. We did it, everyone. Congratulations. Xeroxia, you're drunk. This game does have New Game Plus. I am playing it. Yep. Yeah, so we've infiltrated the castle here, and what happens next is his dad gets cut down, so King Ragnar gets cut down, his brother Franny, his older brother Franny gets cut down, and all that's left is his little sister Cordelia, and yeah, Roland. So Roland is filled with hate. That was a fast one, yeah. God, I hope not. One was more than enough. Does Rum have new Rum Plus? Alright. Yeah, so that's a really easy map to cheese once you have Quahog, because yeah, he can move around. I did try another, on my previous run I had Hosobara as well because she has a catapult ability, but I found that one, well, just using the 3 a bit faster. So now we want to escape the castle because we're getting chased, because the castle's overrun with S-Frosty soldiers. So this is kind of a destroy everyone battle coming up, but kind of isn't. You want to get to the bridge and get rid of all the enemies on the bridge, because there's reinforcements that's going to come from behind. So we don't want Roland to die, but he shouldn't, as long as we cut down everyone on the way. Let's see, do we want Julio? We'll add Julio, why not? And we'll have Benedict for safety. Yeah, so I basically don't deploy Gila or Cordelia, the other healer, in any of these fights. Because they're not needed. They're just going to be another unit that takes up space. What we will do for safety is give Roland a dragon shield, which grants immunity for 1 hit. Whoops, meant to go behind. Yeah, we don't, well, even if we do move Roland up, he's still gonna get hit anyway, because that's just how he is. Even though his defense isn't as low as other people, he just feels really squishy. No, we just have to attack. Yeah, so behind us is Maxwell. He is gonna hold the line for us. We'll give... Nope, we can't. She can't hit anyone. Yeah, so the reason why Roland uses a spear is because his teacher, the Dawn Spear, Maxwell, taught him all about it. No, we'll just head on up. So reinforcements are gonna turn up soon. There they are. But yeah, we don't really need to worry about them. Maxwell can kind of take care of them. At least he can in New Game Plus. On easy mode as well. Did I? Yeah, I did position her correctly. That was a nice crit. Frederica, go on slow again. Alright, so the gates open, some reinforcements will turn up, and then once we clear these reinforcements on the bridge, the map will finish. We should give Frederica some movement because she's got all this TP and hasn't been spending it on anything. Oh, you know what I could do? I could do this. Give everyone some extra movement. There we go. What happens if you lose a battle? So the lose requirements for certain battles change. In this particular one, if Roland dies, then the map, then you lose. But basically you can restart it. So you can restart it by reloading a save, or you can continue with everyone dying. In New Game, if you lose, you can choose to keep all of the levels that you gained in that particular fight, but you lose any items that you use during that fight. So it's actually pretty forgiving. Oh my god, Frederica. Even with extra movement, it's still slow. She doesn't have a lot of health though, so we'll pop her there. So all those slow dudes will catch up eventually. But we can... Nope, not there. Take a pot shot at this one. Yeah, so when you're playing a new game, you gain levels and stuff, which is important, but on New Game Plus, because the level cap is 50, nothing really happens. You don't gain anything, you don't really lose anything either, so... who's coming up next? We'll get... No, we can't use now. Not enough TP for that. We'll try and get everyone to come up first so that we can just AoE them. Okay, here we go. We can do that from back here. Yeah, there we go. God. Well, that's fine, I guess. There we go. So here, Maxwell will sacrifice himself. But yeah, we were basically waiting for a boat to come so that we can escape. And what is going to happen next is Esros will send... no, Esros has asked the Wolforts to give up Prince Roland. Because we know, well, they know he's hiding with us. And in terms of route choices, this is, I guess, the first biggest split that will happen. But we want to give up Prince Roland because it's faster. So that's what all these cutscenes, what's happening right now. Chasing Daybreak. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, it is faster. It's faster to give up the prince. A true speedrunner. Yeah, so the voting system is in this next vote that's coming up in, I don't know, 3 more cutscenes is what you're deciding on. And you only really need to convince the swing vote. In a blind run, you would want to try and convince as many people as possible, depending on what your convictions are, because you might not be able to convince someone. So, but yeah. In New Game Plus, doesn't matter, my convictions are high enough. I can convince the one person I need, which is Anna, who was the swing vote in this one. And before you can vote, they're like, you need to go out and speak with the people. You do get a lot of information when you explore and speak to people, though. Hey, Anna. Surrendering Roland. And you'll know you've got her vote when they're either deep in thought, which can kind of swing either way, but usually it's going your way, or when they say, you know, they've been moved by your words. Oh, we're surrendering Prince Roland. Oh, and any cutscene where you gain a new character or a character leaves, you also cannot skip. So what happens next? You see a couple scenes where Roland is in jail, is imprisoned. There's a few things where the people of Glenbrook are like, you know, Princess Cordelia is just gonna be a puppet ruler. And what they send to... So Esros send us a missive to say, hey... Wait, no, they don't send us a missive. what is happening in the Warfort domain is that we're discussing whether or not to talk with House Fawkes, which is why we're here. But House Fawkes is like, they gave up Prince Roland. We can't trust the Warforts anymore. So this upcoming battle is us fighting House Fawkes. It's another decimate all the enemies, so can't really get out of it fast. Just gotta kill people fast. But yeah, because you give up Prince Roland, Fawkes does not trust House Warfort. If you don't give up Prince Roland, there is a quite hard fight in the Warfort streets where you fight Avlora. But House Fawkes end up going down anyway because Esfrost take them down. So excited to receive your mooncake? Yeah, it's on the way. It's somewhere. I hope the tracking works for you, by the way. Okay, so... I don't think Decimal is quite as useful here, but we'll chuck him in because I love him. We don't need Erodor. And we'll swap out for Medina. Where is she? There she is. They'll be fine over there. And we also need to give Medina back her Vanguard Scarf. The majority of the team that I choose doesn't change a hell of a lot. But I still, you know, need to think about the choices I make and stuff. So the reason why we have Medina with the Vanguard Scarf is that she can grant 2 TP to everyone that I just gave it to. And we'll try and make them sleep. There we go. This map can be difficult because there's a lot of enemies and there's a lot of archers, there's a lot of elevations going on. We'll give... Sorry, move that back. 2-fold turn to Decimal here. Would it be possible to plan your teams in a route? I'm mostly reacting to stuff, so there's times when they force deploy someone. So I can't get rid of them. So people who are force deployed are Serenoa, sometimes Roland. Nope, I wanna... You can choose people depending on, I guess, how good they are. But look at this. Look at how many people he's about to hit. So, yeah, that's why you use Decimal. Yeah, so with more practice, I would probably be able to make better decisions with characters, but at the moment I'm just, yeah, reacting. I don't really have to change a hell of a lot, since I bring Medina a lot. Let's see. The full roster is 30 people. So I think in new game you would just stick with whoever gets deployed as a guess. Just because you want to level your people as much as possible. But yeah, bit sport for choice in New Game Plus. I won't be able to get rid of any of them. The reason why I bring Milo in most maps is because she's got really high movement. What I should be doing is probably bringing Maxwell as well, because he does actually have quite a lot of movement. And Anna because she can hit twice, which is also great for bosses as well. You won't really see me bring any healers, and I think there's one map where I've brought what's his name? Flanagan. He's also a tank as well, but yeah, I won't really bring Flanagan or Eridor a lot, if at all. Can I get rid of anyone? You'll do. Yeah, Decimal can't charge TP on his own, so he needs to not move for a turn in order to do that. Let's just do that. Hello, healer. Your back's not facing to me though, but let's see if you can sleep so you can stop healing people. There we go. Serenoa, you move so slow sometimes. I guess the only gimmick with this map is that, yeah, you can light stuff on fire and then they take burning damage, but otherwise I think that's basically it. Sherbs, hi, how are you? Oh, he can't reach. Good. That's great. There we go. Anna can pretty much take care of herself. She's got a pretty high evasion. Can you reach anyone? You cannot. I'm out of quietus points. Okay. I don't even think she can. Yep, there we go. Donate? You know I don't have a donate button. Let's... Nope, you can just die. I don't want to spend more points on you. You can just stay the Serenora. That's fine. Yep, I do not. Who's next? Oh, Anna's next. That's fine. He'll die. Yeah, this map on hard mode is really hard. Just having to deal with everything at the top there. Making your way over everything. Alright, so up next, Hyzant is sending their army over to House Wolfort because, you know, they think we're ripe for the picking. Am I sure? Yes, I'm sure. You don't need to donate anything. You don't need to give me anything. That's fine. So what is coming up next? Right, yeah, Hyzant is sending their army to us. And we ask Esfrost to send help. So they're gonna send Avlora and some people to come down to help us. And we are given a choice of either fighting Hyzant or fighting Esfrost. So I don't know which route is actually faster. I haven't tested it. But I am choosing to fight Esfrost in this particular one. Just because I think the positioning of the Frosty soldiers are easier. If you fight Hyzant, they're scattered along the boats. Yeah, they're scattered along the docks and the boats, and it's a bit hard to reach them. Whereas Esfrost are kind of clumped together a bit easier. Don't have a donate link. How can if you don't? Yes, I do take commissions. I'm sure if you looked really hard on my page, you would be able to find something, Sherbs. Alright, we want to convince Huet. Where is it? Which one is it? There we go. Yeah. Some of the times they will come in as well with not being indecisive and reading my notes properly. Yeah, and I guess repetition will help with that. So Avlora's gonna come down to the Wolfort domain, and she's gonna have a strategy planned out. Oh, you know why I've been saving time? Because I've got all my chapters mixed up. God, I've messed up my splits, guys. I'm a bad speedrunner. I don't know how to go back. Because I'm on chapter 8 at the moment. Not chapter 10. Yeah, I guess I pressed spacebar too many times. And I didn't even notice. I did a little bit. I can't remember what I've set it to. I think 1 is set to reset. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Yeah, I think 1 is set to reset. Maybe 2 or 3 is go back. But I don't know if I changed the undo split keybind. You're just gonna look? That's fine. The timer keeps running? Okay. Who do I want in this fight? Oh, we don't want Frederica. We want Azana. Yeah, we should be on chapter 8. Yeah. Thank you. I don't think we want Benedict either. But yeah, I lose track of characters because I should be paying attention to where they're going and I don't. Thank you for the assist. Okay. So the reason why we want Azana and Nav is that they both use lightning magic. And this place is full of puddles, which is ripe for lightning. There is an additional thing that we're gonna have to do with Azana because I think we want to activate her right, but I don't know if I should have maybe given her 2 TP instead of just 1. Also, it doesn't matter if any of the Hyzant people die, not that they all should. It doesn't actually affect this map at all. Azana also has gets extra power in a storm as well, so that's why you also want it on this map. Yeah, I didn't give her enough TP. I should have given her 2. Yeah, so what we want to do is give her the right. And then because that takes 1 turn to charge, we're going to give her in tandem in just a sec. The only thing I really dislike about her right is that it needs. Oh wait, we can just use Medina for this. Nope, she doesn't have enough TP. There we go. Yeah, it misses a lot. Like, when it hits, it's great, but it misses a lot, which is annoying. So, I don't really use her a lot outside of this map. Unfortunately, I don't think either of these maps are destroy Booker or destroy Avlora, so I think whichever path you go is a matter of preference. Can I reach both of you? I can! I don't think you'll be able to reach anyone unless it's through this. Ah, almost dead. But yeah, we may as well get rid of you. Azana also doesn't have any way to recharge TP like Corrington does. Like if you stand on ice with Corrington, he recharges TP. And Frederica, if she gets a kill, she recharges TP. Azana doesn't have any of that. So, another reason why I don't use her a lot. If Serenor didn't have Hawk Dive, he would be a lot less useful. Oh, God. There we go. Thanks, Booker. Thanks for the assist, man. So, Saucely thinks that they're going to overrun us so that they can, well, they're going to help us and then overrun us. But what actually happens is Exarm comes over and actually takes over and takes Castle Wolfort. So Saucely doesn't end up taking us, but they do end up sending us a lot of help. Like, while the people of Wolfort are recovering, they send us supplies, they send us money. And, what's coming up next is Saucely is going to ask us to deliver some salt. And it's not good salt, it's, illegal salt. So we then need to decide if we're going to actually deliver the salt for him, or if we're going to dob him in to Hyzant. Smelling salt? Yeah. It's only illegal in that he's pretty much skimming off the top, basically. So I don't know if he's putting additives in the salt, but he's not making his record straight. Salt lamps? Himalayan salt lamps, that's what he's selling. So the fastest route for this, I believe, is going to Hyzan and dobbing him in. If you were going for the golden route ending, you would actually deliver the salt for him and head to Esfrost. But it doesn't matter, we're not going for that ending. So yeah, this upcoming choice is, do we deliver the salt or do we dob him in? There's a whole bunch of other stuff happening in the background, a lot of talking. I can't remember what exactly is talked about. Right, I remember now. So Roland wants to disappear. So he's actually escaped from the Glenbrook mines and Benedict fakes his death. He gets discovered by Travis and Trish, the bandits from the very beginning of the game, and they deliver the body of Roland to Esfrost. And the reward for Roland is 100,000 gold. It's a lot of money. Wait, no, I wasn't meant to split there. What was the back button?
Right click and go to control.
Undo?
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, we're on chapter 9. I shouldn't have split then. Yeah, so here we also learn that Serenoa's dad, Lord Warfort, former Lord Warfort, is quite ill as well. Well, we learned that earlier, but it's another scene with him, I think. And Roland comes back after the fake death that occurs. And then we get the request for the salt. So we want to speak to the swing vote, Anna here. Let's see. Which one is it? There we go. So if you choose to deliver the salt, there's a fight where you fight the bandits again. So again, Travis and Trish. When you go back to report it, you fight Booker instead. And the fight that you fight Booker in is a narrow map, which is actually great for our good old buddy Decimal. Yeah, the map itself is really small. There's only one entryway into it, basically. And we want to be buffing Decimal and giving it as many turns as possible. And you can clear out a lot of the enemies that way. when you're trying to gather evidence for the illegal salt that Saucely's trading in, there's an exploration mode where you get a lot of notes and you get a lot of information about stuff with what's happening. But I have all that information, so we should be able to skip through to the encampment fight after this one, which is, yeah, the encampment fight, which is after this one, which we use Decimal in again. But yeah, we get ambushed by Booker here. Fairly straightforward fight otherwise, other than the cliffs and stuff. Okay, we don't want Roland. We don't want Izana. Decimal. Okay. We do want Benedict though. Yeah, if Medidin is going to be giving people TP, you want to get the most out of it as possible. So that's why I've been placing everyone in this position. Booker doesn't basically move from that position for quite a few turns. There will be some rogues that will pop down, but they should be easy to take care of. Yeah, I do need to use that. You know what? Missing. Sometimes the enemy will just also freeze up. I don't know why, they just do. Nope, we want you to take care of this dude. I don't think we needed to, but that's fine. You can have the extra one. Yeah, we'll give that again to Decimal. Oh yeah, I forgot there was a road down there. Everyone's pretty good for TP at the moment, so Minona doesn't need to be doing that. She gives everyone a great head start though. There's that one dude down there, which is frustrating. There we go. Yeah, Decimal just makes this map so easy. You can just stand in the middle, you just give him some TP and off he'll go. Clear off so many enemies, he hits so many. And he doesn't really care about the height. We'll be using him again in the next map. He doesn't do as much, but I feel he's still useful, so we'll stick him in there. So we've snuck our way back into Hyzant. We're looking for some clues. And then we head back to the camp to discuss what we're finding and what we're going to do. And we're going to head to Sourcelay's encampment because he keeps a ledger of all his illegal salt dealings, and we'll use that as evidence as him not following the goddess's teachings, basically. Can't skip this because we are answering some questions. He kept a secret ledger in the encampment. Is there a Pepper clan? I don't think so. Ah. Guys, I'm bad at speedrunning. The chapter splits, anytime it says, you know, you finished a chapter, I think it's that, but it's not. No, there's no Pepper Clan. I just understood what you were asking. Oh my god. Salt's more important than pepper. I'm sorry, that's just how it goes. We find the ledger, and we get interrupted. Saucily sends his men in here. Again, it's another quite a small map. We should do well with who we already have. I think we may just need to reposition a couple people though. Nope, we're good. We'll just leave everyone as is. Yes, it does recommend characters. So well, as you've noticed, there are characters which do things better for certain things. You don't have to use them. It's just a recommendation. Do I know how it picks? I don't actually know. I think it depends on the particular map that it's suggesting. So I think they recommend Lionel in this map because Lionel has ability, so he can charm enemies and he can also cast rage on them at a range as well. So I think that's why they recommend him. Otherwise, I don't entirely know what their process is for recommending particular characters. Medina should be recommended on every map, to be honest. When it's a clear day, they recommend Frederica because she gets a power boost on clear weather. And yeah, on rainy weather, they recommend on a rainy day, they recommend Azana and Nav because there's a bunch of puddles around the ground. And those puddles, when you cast lightning on a puddle, it travels along that line and any enemies in them get hit by that lightning and there's a chance to paralyze them. So some of those ones are obvious, but in other cases, I don't actually know how they get chosen. That's a bit rude, discovering Anna there. Yeah, maps with elevation tend to recommend Jens, that's true. Yeah, so Jens has an ability to use ladders, and he can set spring traps. So he's useful in that he can, you know, let characters travel around the map a lot easier. I think in maps where there's a lot of mounted units, which will come up at the end, they'll recommend Roland, well, Maxwell actually. I think we should try and get rid of that healer because they're just going to keep running. Well, that's annoying. Oh, Serena was blound. I didn't even notice. I also like how the music changes partway through as well when you're in a fight. It's kind of nice little touch when like someone talks or something happens. Frederica has no TP. There we go. She hasn't been killing anyone, so I haven't really regained any TP with her. Try to make you sleep just so you don't get another turn. No, we'll just attack him. Well, let's hope Serenoa hits. 39%. Let's go. I think there was one dude. Yes, there was one dude. There's also one dude in the corner. I used the wrong move. I was not paying attention to that. Come on. Who's up next? Nov's up next. That's fine. We can move him. This fight would have been over. He has no TP. God damn it. We'll use in tandem. If I didn't mess up that attack, this fight would have been over by now. Alright, so now that we have the ledger in hand, we deliver this to the Saintly Seven. They see this evidence against Sorceley. He gets zapped in that cutscene. Sorry you guys can't see it. But yeah, he gets killed by the Hierophant. And because of all of our help in discovering this, they decide to give Serenoa a seat on the Saintly Seven, which is a pretty big deal in their religion, I guess you would call it, or cult, whichever one you would prefer, really. But now that we've been given that title, they're asking us to give up the Roselle in the village. So the Roselle that's working on the wedding dress for Frederica. Unfortunately, it is faster to deliver the Roselle straight to Hyzant. When I first played this, I really agonized over whether or not I should give them the Roselle or not. Because, like, from my perspective, I was like, yeah, we kind of have to because, you know, we want to show we're loyal to them and stuff like that. But I really didn't want to because the Roselle and the Source are, yeah. They are treated poorly. It is not a great scene. They don't give them a lot of water as far as I know. They're slaves, and it's all because they sinned in the past, apparently. Well, according to them. So yeah. Unfortunately, we need to convince someone that giving up the Roselle is the better plan. And that person is Eridor. There we go. Yeah, if you choose not to give up the Roselle, you end up doing 3 fights instead of 2. And there's also a long exploration phase as well in between that when you play this casually. So unfortunately, it is we give up the Roselle. So during all this, Telior, what's his name? Is his name Telior? I don't remember. Yeah, it's pretty evil. I feel bad for it. But yeah, Telior comes over and says, "Hey, we're making sure you're gonna deliver the Roselle. I was asked by Hyzant to check up on you." So the first time you fight the Roselle are like, "No, you can't take us from our homes," which is understandable. We don't want to take them from their homes. Yeah, this part gets me every time, and this music is just, God. Okay, so we don't really need Decimal here, so we can take him out. We'll just arrange our mages in a nice line here. I don't think we even need Benedict, to be honest. Where is Archibald? There is Archibald. Yeah, Archibald has a lot of range, so I use him quite a bit. I don't think we even need Julio, but we'll just leave Julio in there. Yep. We've also got Rufus on our side, because he's, you know, with House Telior. You'll notice we go through a lot of ranged pellets, but I think after this we will slow down a little bit. I'm a little sad you don't get any other Roselle, like you don't get Jerome as a playable character. Can you jump without hitting anything? Nope. What if from here? That's better. Oh yeah, I forgot they do that. Yeah, this is their home, and they're like, we don't want you to take away our home. I've tried using Avlora a few times because she's got a really high attack, but she just moves really slow. Which bothers me, because you want characters to go faster. She can't hear anything. We'll just keep Medina down there for now. Medina. Alright. Yeah, you can tell Sereno doesn't want to do this. Yeah, she was just there by default, I'm sorry. She can't. Okay. Well, in front we go. I'm sorry, Frederica. You have to do things. They're not gonna die from that. Yep, I'm sure that was a real hard conversation that was had then. I haven't really used Julio's like TP abilities a lot. Well, as in against the enemy. Oof. But he'll die to poison. That's fine. I don't need to worry about him. Frederica, I'm sorry. I hate it when the Slumber Slab doesn't work. It's like 60%, come on. So, after you defeat the Rizal the first time, you spend the night there, have some conversations. Morality +1. So I think morality +1 is when you defeat all enemies on a map. It's not because you defeated the Rizal. Like, there's certain things that increase it by 1, and like if you choose to if there's like a boss and it's optional to defeat all the enemies, I think it's utility that goes up. Yeah, so yeah, we have a conversation, and then the next morning, Telio turns up and says, "Hey, why aren't you delivering the Roselle?" Because Jerome convinced the others that they're going to go willingly. And then Jerome comes over and tries to force our hand, and then we're like, "No, man." Thought it was the opposite morality when you don't kill anyone. Yeah, I can't remember which one's which. You might be right. You also get utility when you pick up stuff on the ground as well. So here, because it's raining, Frederica is not strong. So that's why she's not really recommended in this particular map. We'll send Corentin instead. And I think there's dudes over here. There is. Swap over Milo because she can move around and he can move around, so they're both good. What's his face? Rufus is behind us, by the way. There he is. But I think we're good. Yeah. So this is another defeat everyone map, so not much we can really do about what's happening right now. I didn't make the square nice enough. Whoops. That's fine. Everyone can have a little bit. Okay. Telio's gonna come up that on the left there. When I was doing this map on hard mode, I had to put someone else with the Vanguard Scarf to block Rufus coming up because that would have been real difficult having to deal with that at the same time. That paralysis is annoying. There's quite a few maps where... Well, actually, this map has like 4... On this building here, there's like 4 ladders. Fuck you, man. Taking away my TP that I just gave him. Okay, where are you behind here? I can't jump. Good. I can't. Can I not jump because there's a tree in the way? Yep, there was a tree in the way. Let's get rid of that healer. Oh, he didn't kill him. God damn it. It's fine. Milo will do the deed, so to speak. Is there still a dude down here? There isn't. No, wait, there was. Yep, there he is. One goddamn archer that's left. Alright, coming up next, I don't have timings for splits because I messed up quite big in this next one, so I'll actually be making a save just in case I do mess up again. But there is a way to cheese this next fight. So this next decision that we're about to make is we want to take back Glenbrook Castle. And to do that, everyone Frederica, Roland, and Benedict come with 3 different plans. Benedict's plan is to destroy the dam and flood the city. Roland's plan is to use the secret tunnels used before and infiltrate and destroy their leaders. And Frederica's plan is destroy the bridge, keep everyone trapped in the castle, and negotiate. So we find out that they have this secret bomb called Elfric, which they give us 1 usage of because they want to test it. It's also what they used against Wolfort Domain when Sorcery was attacking us before. But yeah, right before the battle starts, is when I'll make a save, because I messed up a bit. I misused my quietest points, or I miscounted my quietest points, which I needed, which would have been really helpful when I was trying to clear the map quickly. So I think at this point we learn a little bit about Cordelia and, yeah, we do, and Avlora's relationship. With Thalos and Erica teasing her, saying, "You're just a puppet queen," or something like that. Avlora actually, because she's been lowered in Gustadolf's eyes, she ends up pledging her allegiance to Cordelia. So, props to her for trying to retake Glenbrook on her own. Like, she thinks that Roland's dead, so she doesn't know any of this is going on. She's making her own plans. Alright, so we want to go with Benedict's plan. The swing vote. Destroy the dam. Here we go. Yeah, so you just convince the swing vote and you should be good to go. Yeah, Benedict's plan is the worst for the people, but we gotta do it. It's the fastest way. Cordelia's character growth is something that surprised you a lot when you were playing. She looked like a meek princess at first, but then you learned she actually... Yeah, I really liked Cordelia's character growth as well. Like, she learns to stand up for herself, like, and to speak up against Gustadolf. Like, she comes to understand that they're gonna get married. Like, she's gonna marry Gustadolf, but she wants to control Glenbrook in a way and get the people on her side and stuff. So we're coming to the point where we need to explore Telior's streets. Casually, what you would want to do is destroy all the lampposts that they have around. So we're going to sneak in at night. There's lampposts about which light the way. If you destroy the lampposts, you can go in sneakily. But we're not going to do any of that. Hopefully the strategy I'm going to do works, unlike my test run earlier. So yeah, right before we head in, I'll make a save. So yeah, Sycris is here. Making sure things are underway. Alright, so for this strategy, we are going to get rid of almost everyone. Except we do need Milo. Okay. We need Quahog. We need Anna. And I think Benedict is also useful in this map. If I can find him. There he is. And Medina's just there. I guess she can make Benedict act now. No, we won't. We'll get rid of Medina. Yeah, there's not much we can do with Anna going first, unfortunately. That's just how she is. But yeah. I'm going to make a save here because I don't want this to get ruined again. The quick save will not let me go back to this before I head in. Alright. So all you need to do is have a unit in the safety zone over there. That unit is going to be Anna. So we want to take cover. She can stand in the light while she's under take cover with no issues. Normally, if you head in the light, you'll be discovered, and a whole bunch of reinforcements will turn up. Okay, I don't think I actually could use Benedict. Yeah, no, I can't. Because it won't reach him by the time... Yeah. Oh well. That's fine. Yeah, so there's only currently one enemy in that area, which is one archer. So what we want to do is we want to move Anna all the way over here. Oof, that's a bit rough. She will have to... Yeah, it's gonna take a bit longer, but she will get there. You know what else I could have done? I could have used another quietest point to move more, but that's fine. Also, the map moves faster when the enemies are standing in the light. If this map goes into battle mode, it does get a lot harder. So, we want Anna to... Let's give her some more movement. That did not help me. At this point, it's fine if her cover wears off because she's not in the light there, so it's fine. You might be thinking that this setup is taking too long, but trust me, it's faster than having all the enemies activate. Alright. We'll take cover. He still can't see us, but it's not safe enough yet. Right, now I remember. Like, I want Anna to have a bit more TP so that she can try and kill that dude in one turn. Because as soon as she gets discovered, all the enemies activate and there's a chance that they'll pop up on the white squares there, which I do not want. Alright. So here, there's a 60% chance of him sleeping, but let's not. Let's just do this. Enemies activate. Bunch of reinforcements pop up. He's dead, and the map is won. There we go. That was what was meant to happen in my test run, but I did not have enough TP, and I did not have enough quietus to give her TP, so I messed that map up so bad. Yeah, that's how I did it in my first playthrough as well. Like, just sent Anna over there and let her deal with that one dude. Unfortunately, we can see the city be destroyed because you can't skip this part. So, dam gets broken, and we'll see a bunch of stuff happening with the city in a second. Yeah, the Byzantians, try to send people out. Off it goes. The destruction, guys. Once that animation passes, then you can skip the scene. So next up, we fight Thalos and Erica. This next fight is a defeat them specifically, so we can cheese it a little bit, not quite as much, but there's still ways of doing it. They'll be behind some barricades. There's a lot of enemies in this particular area as well. They're holding Cordelia hostage, I think? No, she turns up and she's like, what are you doing? Why are you invading us? And yeah, Thalos and Erica, we fight Thalos and Erica here. Okay, so we need a bunch of momentum dudes. We definitely need Quahog here. If I could get rid of Roland, I would. There she is. I think this team will do. We will shift over Quahog to here though. So one of Quahog's other abilities is he can swap places with an enemy. So he doesn't only just move your units around, he can also swap places with them. So we want to swap places with Erica. Kill her almost immediately, and then we'll have to swarm over to Thalos. So I've picked a lot of units who can mobilize pretty quickly. So Groma can just slip through enemies. Same with Milo. Some flying units. And Roland, because he's a forced deployment. Alright, let's do this. Swap places. So yeah, we want to get Erica out of her comfort zone, and then we want to kill her. Also, when this music change is so good. Like, it's a real intense moment. It doesn't last very long though, because I kill her pretty quick. But when this happened casually, it was so good. And that's Erica down. So Quahog will probably die at this point, which is fine. Because he's not really in a position to... We can't really reposition him back under enemy line, behind enemy lines, so to speak. We'll move Anna in here. Whoops. Probably should select her first. So she can give him the defense down, and everyone else can start, like, attacking. Oh, Grandma can't reach! That's better. And that's it! Battle won! Yeah, The music change in that battle is so good, and I love it so much. Yeah. Like, any fight which is defeat the boss is nice and quick, and it's great. So the next decision coming up is another 3 split one. So if you're going for the golden route, it's a requirement for you to go back to House Wolfort. Benedict wants to go back to check on Lord Simon. And there's rumors of bandits back in the Rosellan village. So Frederica wants to go there and check on the Rosellan. And the last option is stay in the Crown City with Prince Roland because he wants to deal with the royalists. So out of the 3 options, the fastest is to stay in the Crown City because the fight with Patriot of the royalists is just to defeat Patriot. And we're going to do, again, a similar strategy of what we've done before. We're using Quahog to swap places, wailing on the boss and finishing that map. Can't quite remember what else happens dialogue-wise. I think there's a couple of scenes where people were like, the team are just looking at the destruction of the Crown City. And like, what have we done? And things like that. Regardless of your choice, though, like, even though if you destroy the bridge, let's see, we need to convince Eridor. No, wait. It's Anna. My bad, looking at the wrong notes. Yeah, even though out of the 3 options, the dam is the most destructive, even if you choose the bridge, which is the least destructive, the city gets destroyed regardless, which is one of the unfortunate things with the path joining back together. It's just that no matter what you do, the city gets destroyed. It makes sense with the dam, but not with the bridge. And yeah, even less so with the bridge. Yeah, someone chapter 15. Do not split. Yeah, so Benedict heads off to the Wolfort Domain, Frederica heads off to the Rosellan village, and we're here with our best buddy Roland, helping him with the royalists. If you go to the Rosellan village as well, there's a lot of dialogue that you can't really skip. Like, you find a bunch of clues about salt being in other areas. And the battle in the Wolfort Domain is decimate all the enemy forces. There's a bunch of rogues, and Patrick also turns up at that party because he wants to assassinate Lord Simon. When I played this the first time, this fight was the hardest fight for me. because you're pretty much surrounded. Like, there's dudes in the front. There's also reinforcements that come in from the back. And there's a lot of guys protecting Patria, and it was a really rough fight for me. Like, you get Cordelia, which is great because she's a second healer, but it still didn't help. I had to do a bit of leveling just to get my guys to be a bit less squishy. I think we're actually fine with who we have. We won't change... Yeah, we won't change anything. This music also, it's pretty great. What we want to make for Patria is a little kill box. So we wanna position ourselves so that we make a little box, place Quahog in the middle of that box, and then put Patria in the middle of it. I can't remember how many times I restarted this fight. Yeah, I love the game's art style, and I love the music in this game, and the story's great. There's just so much that I really like about this game. So Patriot should be able to take another turn in just a second. Oops, too far. There is that dude there, which is a little bit frustrating. Should move forward. That might be enough. Alright, let's find out. It is enough. And now we say goodbye to Patriot. Yeah, it's a shame that the music changes at that point, because I really liked the first one. Yeah, if you don't make it a kill box, like if you don't box them in, they'll just move away, and because Patriot's an archer, that gets annoying. Yep. He gets a lot of turns because he's a boss. Who's coming up next? Let us in tandem. Get this fight over and done with. And we're done. What am I doing? I'm not fast forwarding. I think from here on out, the fights are decimate all enemy forces, so there's not much more that we can really do. The very last fight in this route, you can do the same strat again, boxing in the boss. But we're on the home stretch. This next fight is a fight in the minecarts. So we get word that there's a bunch of Visfrosty spies that are hanging out in the Nozelian mines, even though it's meant to be abandoned because of all the fighting going on. Oh, yep. Benedict comes back, tells us that Lord Simon is dead, killed by Patriot, or some of the Royalists, and we find out that Serenoa is actually a bastard son of King Ragnar. So he's actually the correct, I guess, king of Glenbrook. And that signet ring that was given is proof that he is of royal blood. When Frederica comes back, she finds a book that was stolen from the archives by Travis and Trish. And she learns about salt being available in other places other than the source. We're not quite yet at the game where we have to choose Benedict's path yet, but yeah, this next map is a little long. You have to make sure that bombs don't blow up in the mine. There's Visfrosty soldiers in there that are ambushing us, and they want to take us and the mine down with them. There's a bunch of stuff happening with Svarog. He's got a salt shipment that's coming through. Not really relevant in this playthrough. So we are inspecting the mines and seeing why there are people, the Visfrosty, interested in it. This map has so many enemies, it does, and there's lots of reinforcements that turn up. It is a little bit frustrating. But again, if we use our movement, our most mobile units, we should be all good. I'd really like to use Giovanna more, the geologist, but because her abilities are so dependent on what she's standing on, she would be great because of her movement speed in this map, but she's not, and it upsets me. Maxwell, where are you? There you are. Ah, Cordelia. Almost forgot to get rid of her. That would have been a mistake. Audrey, hi. How are you? I am on the tail end of this run. Yeah, this map is huge, and not much we can really do about it. Hopefully Anna can get rid of that healer. Sometimes she can't. At least not by herself.
ついてこれますか。そこ。よっこらしゃっと。
Oh, Grandma. That's good to hear. I'm doing pretty good. I've been pretty excited to do this run. I forgot to get rid of Roland, guys. That's my bad. Just saying hello. He's about to get up. Okay, that's all good. Have a good day, Audrey. Yeah, there's just a lot of enemies in this map. They're all very spread out. Like, you have the minecarts to help, but they can only do so much. Okay, she can't reach that. Ah, that's frustrating. Yeah, calling the cards is one of the fun things about this map. Oh, can you not traverse? There we go. Sometimes, the tilt changes. What am I trying to say? The tilt changes the direction that I need to press the buttons. That guy will die, so I can just ignore him. Alright, let's head over here. Just as planned. Yeah, having to spend an action to call a cart and then not being able to move that same turn. God damn it, healer! Stop moving! There will be reinforcements that come up. Oh, they won't turn up just yet. Okay, cool. There they are. Roland, what will I do with you? I guess we're gonna move Nav the old-fashioned way. And by that I mean move him with that was not a very far move with Quahog. Can I get rid of this mage here? Yes. There should be more reinforcements coming in that bottom right where the healer was in just a minute. And then all the rest is up north. Oh yeah, she can call the cart too. Well, not particularly useful right this minute. I'm pretty sure there's not much else these guys can do from here. Just gotta wait for these guys to come down and kill him. Yep, there they are. I knew I wasn't misremembering things. The good thing about Roland is that he is the hardest hitting DPS. It just takes 4 TP to use it. I can hit both. He still cannot reach. He can't attack through the cart. Of course he can't. Well, that's something new that I learned. Okay, good to know I can just kill all the enemies on time, and I can just leave a bomb just hanging out there. I wasn't quite sure if I had to defuse the bomb, but that's good to know. It does take ages for them to explode, but I freak out when they start getting like bright red because I think they're gonna explode sooner than they are. Ah shit, I didn't mean to press the save button. Hey, good luck. What difficulty? This is very easy. Thank you. Yeah, so as far as I know, all the speedruns on this are on very easy. You basically don't really need to think about the tactics all too much. And most enemies die in 2 hits, some die in 1 hit. That's what you figured, but this is the first speedrun. Oh, yeah, well, I haven't seen any live speedruns of this, but I'm not actively looking for it. I have seen the ones that have been posted on YouTube, though. Yeah, speedrunning on hard is way too hard. You have to think a lot about where you place your units. You don't send them rushing headlong like I have been. What else? Yeah, and I think New Game Plus hard mode is harder than just New Game hard mode as well. So there's that to consider. Even on normal, yeah. Whoops, do not go in the character stories. Yeah, even on normal, they do hit hard. I think that's the point. Like, they don't want the enemies to just be able to be steamrolled over. The run that's on New Game Plus with this current path is 347. On New Game, it's, I think, 320 something. So yeah, it's about a 3 and a bit hour run. Yeah, so at this point is when the story diverges a lot and you will lose a character. So we wanna convince the team to follow Benedict's path. Okay, so we want to speak to Anna. And then Eridor. And then Gila. And that should do it. Chapter where we got rid of Roland for good? Yeah. I mean, as a character, I dislike Roland, if I'm being honest. Like, his plan is to give up the mines and just give it to Hyzan. And just continue the slavery of the Rizal for the good of everyone. Like, come on, man. Like, that is not a good plan. That is a bad plan. Like, he was there at the source, and he saw how they were treated. And for him to, like, not have any balls to rule the kingdom because he's hell-bent on avenging his family, which I get. Like, he wasn't raised to rule. He wasn't raised to rule. He was the second son. He was pretty much looked over Franny. And I get his intentions, but I really dislike Roland's path the least. On my first run, I did Frederica's run because, you know, save the Rizal. Like, that's the best choice. And my heart broke so much in that ending. Like, you see this romance blossoming between Frederica and Serenoa, and it's so nice and it's so sweet. And then in Frederica's ending, they don't even get together, and it sucks. It sucks so much. feel like at this point, Roland's no longer himself, and from a gameplay standpoint, they probably just want you to have different options, and one of the main characters, yeah, like, I get why, like, from a gameplay standpoint, why it has to happen and things, but I can still be upset about his character. So I think at this point in the story, Benedict has a whole bunch of stuff turning. Do I split here? I don't remember. We'll find out in a second. I can check. I don't remember. I actually also don't remember what the choice in this affects, if anything. Yeah, there's another sweet moment happening with Sono and Federica, which we will not see. Okay, we're just gonna check the War Chronicle, because I can't remember if I'm meant to split here. Yes, I was meant to split, guys. I'm sorry. I was right in thinking that when that chapter ended, I had to split, but I wasn't certain. So my splits this run are very, very wonky. Yeah, so I think what happens from memory, Chloris is upset because Benedict wants to stop the monopoly on salt, and he's not including the consortium in it. And he's also set off a plan to Chloris, so he sent a secret letter with, like, Roland's pretend signature on it to say, hey, we're gonna attack House Warfort, and I have an army amassed, and I'm gonna join you later. So the sequence is Chloris, and then Exarm, and then we fight the Hierophant. The fights are pretty straightforward. It's all flatland. But yeah, the first two is just a decimate, so not much to it strategy-wise. Originally I did use Decimal in this fight, but I think because of his reach, it's not great. So we won't be using him. Who can I get rid of? We'll get rid of Grandma. Whoops. Where is Medina? We'll pop Frederica back in, so we'll get rid of Julio. We don't really need Quahog for this run. Yeah, we don't need Quahog. We'll put back in. There we go. We also don't really need Benedict either, but you know what we'll do? We'll get rid of Benedict as well. I know he's recommended, but Alright. We've got our team. This map was fun on the first playthrough. Yeah, a lot of the maps I think are really well done, and they're a lot of fun. So I believe there might be some reinforcements that turn up. I'll also give some to I'm amazed how unique every map was. Yeah, that's fair.
手加減なしです。ついてこれますか。狙い通りですね。
Yeah, this map would have been great if Roland stayed because these are all mounted units and they're all weak to lances, but he had to run off. It's like a tower defense. Yeah, it is a bit. If we send Milo out, she will get surrounded pretty quick, so I won't do that this time. Oh god, my controls got turned around. I can't hear anyone. Yep, just want everyone to come together, please. That would be great. Oh, yeah, having pick a letter in this map is also great. Yeah, because enemy units will always prioritize pick a letter's decoy because it has a really low defense, I believe. But yeah, normally I wouldn't be... what's the word? I wouldn't send everyone in as quickly as I currently am. Would normally try to take my time a bit. Yeah, let's just start sending you in. Right, there's a healer on this map. Now, those guys there should start. Oh god, Milo, why did you miss? Yeah, those guys should start heading for Milo in a minute. Alright, Corentin, do your worst. Yeah, there are reinforcements on this map. Yeah, Chloris thinks he has us cornered, but because he thinks Roland is gonna come and save him, but he is and will not. Oh, I can't reach anyone. God damn it, Frederica. Oh yeah, there's that one dude that's right there I should probably get rid of. She can't reach Chloros, but that's fine. Not a big deal. The next map is a bit more of the same, except you fight Exxon. He thought the Fury would save him. Alright. He has no TP, that's fine. Just her not being able to reach units. There we go. That healer had to go. Still can't reach, eh? Who's up next after him? Oh, everyone. Okay. I was going to use his ultimate, but not all of them are gonna be in a line, so I might be able to though. I might be able to line it up. 'Cause you don't really use it in any other instance. Oh, hell yeah. Alright. We're gonna do it. The first time that it's gonna be useful ever. Alright, so normally I wouldn't use it because it takes a turn to charge. But we're gonna use it now because we're going to use Medina's fast-acting Swift Spice. And... oh, god damn it, Hewitt! And he should use it and then get rid of them all. That's my last Swift Spice though. 76, okay. Behind it is... yeah, anytime that I've used it previously without doing that, people just get out of the way, because obviously they can see it coming. So, it's nice that it lined up for once. We're almost there, guys. Medina is so busted. Yeah, she really is. Like, once she gets a TP on HP ability, I don't really bring Julio in a lot anymore. I use Medina in a lot of situations. And I have a Vanguard Scarf on her as well, so she can just move immediately, give everyone a whole bunch of TP, and then just heal people when needed. I think Julio's attack is higher than hers though, which is why he would be more useful than her in other circumstances. Okay, we don't want to change much else other than... I moved the wrong person. Other than reposition our mages so that we can give them some TP to start with. It's another map with a bunch of horseback riders. But this time, there's X-Arm on the field. I also don't remember if he gets reinforcements. I think there might be some as well. Yeah, there is. There is.
参ろうか。
ご命令を。
We won't go ham just yet. We'll move everyone up a little bit at a time.
狙い通りですね。
無駄です。
Because I don't want one unit to get surrounded.
始めましょうか。私を終える。超残念でした。どこへ飛びましょうか。とどめ。
Yep, there's the reinforcements. I think they're the only set though, thankfully. Here we go again. Fucking love Corrington's AoE.
争いを収めるために。
You gonna come up, Exxon? You are not. But I need you to turn up, man.
まだここからよね。
Yeah, the music is really good here. It's really dramatic for the fight.
参ります。行きます。
Ah, come on.
行きます。
Come on, Exxon. Nope. Still deciding to stay put. Okay. I don't have enough for run through.
どこから攻めるか。
制してみせましょう。それ。
やらせてもらう。
始めましょうか。
If I send Milo, she's going to probably get hit quite a bit. But this is fine. She will probably survive. I say probably. I am not sure if she will. Now all the mages are like left behind right now. Oh yeah, the music change again. Like, I know it's not specifically X-Holm's theme, but it comes up often when he's here, so I feel like it is. Aww. No, don't do that. Yeah, no one really needs TP except for you.
これで戦えます。
参ります。奥の手だ。
何の
It's a good thing that healer can't reach.
マクスウェン。参る。
You can run through now. Thank you.
やりにかけて。さあ、行こう。
The hilarity of Exxon tempting Serenoa. Yeah. Yeah, at the start of this particular fight, Serenoa's like, "Hey Exxon, you should join us. You're young. You want a new normal in terms of like how things are run." And Exxon's like, "No." Exarm has been playing both sides the whole game. Not surprising. The heal, yeah, but he's more further away, so we'll attack.
始めましょう。私を終える。とどめね。学んだ力。
Alright, come on, Frederica. God! Still can't reach. There we go.
私の魔法で。
Alright, guys, we got one fight left. Thought for sure he'd join up with Serenoa. Yeah. Like, when you see characters with portraits in this game, you think that they might join up to be as part of your team. Yeah, Exxon would have been a great character. You know who else would have been a great character? Dragon. But he had to die, didn't he? I would have loved getting Dragon as a recruitable character. We're on the final chapter. Dragon is done dirty. He is. Whole story kind of depend. Yeah, it does. It does depend on Dragon dying, but it would have been nice if we could get him. So at this point in the story, it's revealed that the Hierophant is actually an automaton. And she's trying to kill us. So because this last fight is a destroy the Hierophant fight, we can try and trap her again and kill her off. So we're going to bring in Quahog. I think most units can kind of stay. Medina can stay. I think we need some more melee though, so we'll bring in Julio. I don't think we really are. Medina's useful. Okay. Alright. So... yeah, we'll give this as a start. Let's go. One death to change all. Yep. So, time is called when victory turns up at the end of this battle. So we're almost there, everyone. Starting again with this combo of Medina. Now, the other thing you should know about the Hierophant is that if you have, I think, 3 or more TP, then she can do an attack which hits all of your units for having that much TP. It's real rough in like hard modes, but in oops. No, we won't traverse. We'll just hurl. But in easy, it's not a big deal. So hopefully we should be okay. We will just clear off some of these guys though. Just because I don't think she starts moving until you're within a certain reach of her. So, like, we do need to clear a path, so to speak. Yeah, and every time you kill one of the mannequins, they deal damage back to the person who damaged them, or killed them, sorry. Understand the Hierophant is a logical boss in this route, but I wish it wasn't a spoiler to how the Golden Route boss would be like. See, yeah, I did the Golden Route as soon as I did my Frederica route. So it wasn't... How should I say? I guess it wasn't as big of a spoiler as I thought it would have been. Alright, she did her thing because I had too much TP. But that's fine. We can trap her in a sec, guys. Oh fuck, she's one. Okay. We'll trap her this way. This is still fine. She was one square off. But this is better than, I guess, nothing. Alright, she's only gonna need one more hit, guys. Who's up next? We'll get Serenoa to move next. And that should do it. Alright. We're gonna call time in a sec. Hey! 3 hours and 11 minutes. I'm pretty proud of that. Definitely a few things like menuing could be better, choosing characters could be better, less hesitation. We can sit through some of the cutscenes if you like. Thank you, everyone. And there was a few parts where I had to double check myself because I wasn't sure about what was happening. But I think I've got a pretty good route figured out, and I've got a few good strategies figured out for some bosses. 3 hour 15 is pretty impressive, yeah. So like I said a bit before, I can't remember if you were here, Daybreak. For new game, the current record is 3:20 something. The other person who's run this specific route is 3:40 something as well. So it would probably be possible to get this run under 3 hours. And it's just that I'm not certain which route is faster in terms of, like, you know, fighting, like I said before, when you choose between fighting Avlora or Booker at the docks. I don't know if fighting Booker is faster, it might be, as opposed to fighting Avlora in that fight. Yeah, it's fast. It's definitely faster. I know. I've been keeping my eye out on them. I think, yeah, my hesitation on choosing characters when I could have kept the majority of the team the same is probably where I could definitely shave off some time. And there's definitely a point in what chapter was it? Chapter 10, where the fight went on for another 3 rounds unnecessarily because I misclicked something. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with myself. I was glad that I was able to cheese a couple of fights and save quite a bit of time. But yeah, this is my first speed run. Thanks everyone for being here. Yeah. Oh, but no. So yeah, this is the epilogue that happens. I'll let it run through. I only ever am able to have time for like one run on Thursday nights because I do work tomorrow morning. If I have time, I might do another run on Saturday. I might not, but otherwise my usual time for streaming is Thursdays. If I haven't come up with a new game to play on Thursday, might try another speedrun. In my spare time, I'll probably figure out if there is a faster way to do something. And there's also the point when I also did a safety save in chapter 13 because I was scared that I was gonna mess it up. Thanks, ISO. But yeah, I really like this game. I want an excuse to play it more. I'm currently doing a hard deathless run on another save. So, that's taken a bit of time. That's also New Game Plus, so I'm not as... Oh, I can't even remember what chapter I'm on for that one. But yeah. In this ending, we learn a bit more about Benedict. He gets real upset about Lady Destra. Deathless new game, yeah. Like I said, I just want a reason to play this game. At the very start of the stream, I said that I no-lifed this game in the first week of release. I got all 4 endings, like Roland, Frederica Benedict, and Golden Route. And, yeah, like after that week, I was like, what am I gonna do with this game now? Like, I need an excuse to play it. So I chose to do hard deathless on New Game Plus, and yeah, now I'm speedrunning it. So we'll get the end scene and we'll wrap up. Look at this end scene. Like, they look a bit somber. Benedict is the only one that looks happy, but Benedict's ending is a fast ending and it's fun. I might do the other endings as well as a speedrun, so yeah. I'll need to tighten up my notes a bit as well to make a bit more sense.